The Chief Ministers of Assam and Meghalaya are holding a crucial meeting on the interstate border issue in Guwahati. And this is the fourth meeting of the Chief Ministers on the lingering issue and is expected to be a decisive one as far as resolving disputes in at least 6 of the total 12 areas of differences are concerned. Chairpersons of all regional committees from Assam and Meghalaya will also be attending this crucial meeting. Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma and his Meghalaya counterpart Conrad Sangma arrived at the meeting venue at the state guest house Koinadhora just a short while ago. Meghalaya Deputy Chief Minister Preston Tinsong and Home Minister Lakmen Rimbui, amongst others, are accompanying Chief Minister Conrad Sangma. And Assam Ministers Atul Bora and Chandramohan Patwari are also at the venue. Prior to this, Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma and his Meghalaya counterpart Conrad Sangma met on the 22nd of December, and it was agreed upon that a decisive call on a majority of the 6 areas of difference taken up in the first phase will be taken before the 15th of January. And it may be mentioned here that Meghalaya celebrates its 50th statehood day on the 21st of January, and the aim is to find a solution in at least a few areas before that. The last meeting in Guwahati was termed extremely productive by Meghalaya Deputy Chief Minister Preston Tinsong and Assam Border Areas Development Minister Atul Bora. All regional committees were also asked to submit their reports by the 31st of December last. Today's meeting, of course, is extremely significant as both governments are aiming to resolve disputes in a majority of the areas amongst the 6 places of difference taken up in the first phase. All right, and to bring us all the latest updates, I'm being joined now over the phone by my colleague Joydeep Hazarika. Well, Joydeep, if you can hear me, how long ago did the crucial border meeting begin, and what is the latest updates you have on that? Joydeep, over to you.
I'm right now here at the Chief Minister's guest house here at Koinadhora in Khanapara. Here, Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma and Cabinet Ministers Chandramohan Patwari and Atul Bora are here. And apart from that, the Meghalaya delegation is being led by Chief Minister Conrad Sangma, and then Deputy Chief Minister Preston Tinsong is also here. We also have Cabinet Ministers Lakmen Rimbui and Sneha Balangar, along with other high officials, and the DCs of Riboi and Kamrup Metro also here. So yes, they all arrived here a short while back. From what we have got from our sources inside, the meeting is shortly about to begin. As soon as the parties arrived, they had their lunch, and from what we have gathered, that the meeting is set to shortly begin. This is quite a crucial meeting. This is the 4th round of talks that is taking place with regards to the dispute over the border between Assam and Meghalaya.
Right.
Today's meeting is said to be quite decisive because today there is a good chance that a final call may be taken on regards to 6 disputed locations out of the 12 locations between Assam and Meghalaya. Now these 6 spots are let me tell you, they are Tarabari, Gizang, Pahala, Baklapara, Khanapara and Ratachera. Now all these points from the Assam side, they fall under Kamrup Metro, Kamrup Rural and Kachar districts. And from the Meghalaya side, they fall in West Khasi Hills, Riboi and East Jaintia Hills districts. So yes, this meeting, from what we gather, is shortly about to begin. It may have also begun even as we talk right now. It is being expected that this meeting will continue for at least a couple of hours, and then we will try to get reactions from the parties. We're hoping they talk with the media. This is a very closed door meeting. It has been done in a very closed door manner. We at Northeast Live is the only channel from Assam right now present at the spot covering the meeting. But yes, let me once again remind our viewers that both CMs of Assam and Meghalaya have gathered here. They're here with their delegations, and today 6 out of 12 spots are being discussed regarding the border dispute between Assam and Meghalaya.
Right.
And if things go right, and if the final talks are productive, then we may finally see resolution at least for 6 spots today itself, Ronak.
Right, and Joydeep, as you just mentioned that the meeting is supposed to last for around 2 hours. So, can we assume that this will be a marathon meet since it's expected to be a decisive one?
Yes, Ronak, obviously, it is not, right now we cannot really say how long the meet will take place, because a lot of the groundwork has already been done by the regional committees who had gone to the disputed sites and taken feedback from the locals there. Now obviously, as we all know, all the respective regional committees have submitted their reports to their respective chief ministers. And based on those reports, today's meeting has been taken up. All those points in the respective regional committees' reports will be taken up. They will be cross-checked, examined, and finally, as earlier Chief Minister Conrad Sangma had told Northeast Live, that this is going to be a policy of give and take. So there's a good chance that if some sort of a conclusion is arrived regarding the six disputed locations, then this give and take policy might come in a very major way. But how things actually turn out, we'll actually have to wait and watch till the meeting gets over, Ronak.
Absolutely, Joydeep Hazarika, thank you very much for joining us and bringing us all of those latest updates. So indeed, viewers, the big development that we are tracking at this point in time, Chief Ministers of both Assam and Meghalaya holding a crucial meeting on the interstate boundary dispute in Guwahati. And this is the fourth such meeting of the Chief Ministers of both states on the lingering issue, and it's expected to be a decisive one as far as resolving disputes in at least 6 of the total 12 areas of differences are concerned. And chairpersons of all regional committees from Assam and Meghalaya will be attending this meeting. Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma and his Meghalaya counterpart Conrad Sangma arrived at the meeting venue, and as you just heard my colleague Joydeep Hazarika say, the meeting probably has begun by now. And Meghalaya Deputy Chief Minister Preston Tinsong and Home Minister Lakmen Rimboy, amongst others, are also accompanying Chief Minister Conrad Sangma. And from the Assam side, Ministers Atul Bora and Chandramohan Patwari are also present at the meeting. Let me also tell our viewers here, prior to this, Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma and his Meghalaya counterpart Conrad Sangma met on the 22nd of December. And it was then that it was agreed upon that a decisive call on majority of the 6 areas of difference taken up in the first phase will be taken before the 15th of January. All right, and to give us his perspective on this big development, I'm being joined now over the phone by our editor-in-chief, Wasbir Hussain. Wasbir, indeed a very significant meet on the Assam-Meghalaya boundary dispute currently underway in Guwahati. What would you like to add at this point in time, Wasbir?
Well, Ronak, this is indeed a very crucial meeting because the 50th anniversary of Meghalaya statehood is drawing closer. It is actually on the 21st of January. And before that, the Meghalaya government, particularly Chief Minister Conrad Sangma, hopes to resolve the boundary dispute. And as far as Assam is concerned, Assam has a border dispute not just with Meghalaya, it has a border dispute with Mizoram, it has a border dispute with Nagaland as well as with Arunachal Pradesh. Therefore, lots of importance is being given to this meeting between meeting with the Meghalaya government as far as resolving the Assam-Meghalaya border dispute is concerned. This is seen as a test case where the two states can resolve the border dispute amicably to the satisfaction of the people of both sides. That can become sort of a formula for a resolution of further disputes between the other states. Of course, the nature of the disputes are different. Assam, Mizoram, the nature of the dispute is different. Assam, Nagaland, also the nature of the border dispute is different. And Assam, Meghalaya, of course, the nature of the dispute is different. But that taken into account, even then, this is a very crucial meeting. This will be seen as a test case for resolution of the further border disputes. And one thing which the two state governments have demonstrated so far is that they have adopted a formula where they have set up regional committees which have gone into respective border disputes in certain sectors, different sectors, and they've come up with sector-wise reports of resolution. And now it is the final meeting where all the subcommittee chairmen will also be there. And as we can see on the screen, the Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad Sangma is there, some counterpart, some Chief Minister Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma is there. Then we have seen from the Meghalaya Deputy Chief Minister, we have seen Chandramohan Patwari, we have seen Atul Bora there as in the meeting. So this is a very, very crucial meeting, and traveled to Shillong for this first round of meeting. Then Congress Sangma had come down to Guwahati for another round of meeting. And now the two chief ministers are meeting once again with the report of the subcommittees that have also made joint inspections of the border areas for disputed border stretches.
Right.
So therefore, a lot of hopes are pinned on this meeting, and it appears from the presence of the chief ministers of the two states, deputy chief ministers, senior ministers from Assam, it clearly indicates that they have arrived more or less at a solution, and that only a signing is necessary.
Right, and earlier it was also agreed upon between the two sides that a policy of a give and take policy will be taken up as far as reaching an amicable solution is concerned. So how far do you think that policy will come into play as far as today's meeting being a decisive one is concerned?
Basically, yes, that is the policy adopted, give and take approach, and the views of the local people in the disputed stretches have also been taken note of. The views have been ascertained and taken note of. So this is the approach that the Assam and Meghalaya have adopted, not just sitting in the headquarters, sitting in Shillong or Guwahati, that they have decided to resolve the issue, but they have made specific border visits, not just the two chief ministers who have visited certain border stretches. There are other committees headed by senior ministers who have also visited some of the disputed stretches, and they have ascertained the opinion of the local people in these disputes. So that is how they have adopted, that is how they have moved ahead as far as in their attempt to resolve the long-standing border dispute.